trend. No, some of you have got the socks off, brave. So if you want to take your socks off, you can. If you don't want to, then you don't have to, because we'll start with the feet. So let's just make sure the feet are hip width apart, okay? Am I coming in? No, he's gone. He's gone. Put off by us all, but hopefully not. So let's just scrunch those toes up gently, as if you were scrunching up newspaper boards. And the aim is to sort of flick them away. And then we add that breath. We breathe in as we scrunch. We breathe out as we flick away. I ask you to do 6 more. So let's scrunch the toes and flick away. We breathe in. We breathe out. So it's rather skillful on your part to just coordinate breath with movement. So if you find your mind wanders off to that perpetual to-do list, which most of us have, running alongside ourselves, then all we can do is focus on the breath. So it's a great way just to not lose connection with the breath. Breathing in, breathing out. Now, can I ask you to come up onto the heels? Brilliant. On the heels, yogis at home as well. And just look at the toes, even with the socks on. Our intention is, could we spread the toes a little bit apart? But we've got types of socks on, and then relax them. So we don't want to bring on any cramps, so we want to stretch them in our toes and relax them. And give them a nice wiggle. And how many can you wiggle? So rather than the whole foot, try to just be in the toes with this movement. I want you to have a relationship with your toes as best you can. Now, here's a little bit of fun. You can do this on the block, yogis. I want you just to place the big toes on the foot or on the block. Leave the others off. Now, virtually impossible, but maybe not. And up, then just the little toe on the mat or the floor whilst you raise all the others. And then can you place the big toe and the second toe down, but leave the other 3 up? Absolutely not, but it's about just having a go. This is about working with this all the way down to there, and we lose that connection, unfortunately. Lift them, give them another wiggle. Let's face it, we're going to hold you up and take you where you want to go today. Yeah, that's it. Just 1 or 2, and I appreciate many of us have toe issues, but anything is better than nothing, okay? So let's spread them wide on the floor. We want to use the whole surface of the foot. And just for a moment, take the awareness to the heel and what we call in yoga the corners of the foot. Believe it or not, we sort of tend to think of it as a square in yoga. Toes, this side, and the back. So those 4 corners we want to anchor down. And the feet and toes are wide. Obviously. Okay, come down, please. Good. And then I'm going to ask you to raise just the right leg, and we'll do what we call our flexion, which means we breathe in as we point the toes down. You can feel that stretching on the front of the foot. And as we exhale, toes back, we may experience that stretch. 6 more. Breathe in. Breathe in. Obviously, we're not forcing that movement. Yogis at home, it's a gentle flexion forwards and back. Now our eyes open or closed, but just notice physically how it feels. Thank you. I had a dreadful cold last week, yogis. My kids are very kind for giving me their stinking colds. Until sort of Thursday, I couldn't smell a thing. It's often the way, isn't it? You have a week off, and when you get sick. You get sick. So everybody going, yeah. But anyway, you can taste and smell things, which is nice. And it wasn't COVID, thankfully. Just start to untie the ankle joints here. 5 of those. Make a little bit of movement there. Come on, is that okay? Just a little bit again. Anybody gets pain and strain, stop. And then in the opposite direction, 5 or 6 rotations. Again, if you find you've got difficulty with one side, feel free to stop or even skip a pose if you wish to. And tie those knots. Excellent. Release down and switch sides. Really simple exercises that improve the blood flow to what we call the extremities. Anybody find they get cold feet and cold fingers or not? So, including myself, if you don't move, particularly if you're having to do a lot of work on a computer or maybe you're having to fill a format, you may find afterwards, oh, my feet, my fingers, toes feel cold. So these are worth doing if you know you're in a day where you're not very active, because it improves the blood all the way down, all the way back up. So it's about circulation.
It's reading somewhere that if you wear socks in bed at night, that's supposed to help you sleep better.
Oh, I wore my socks.
There was all these tips on, helping you sleep better, and it said if you wear socks at night.
Try that one.
I enjoyed on someone last night, and I was really on him.
Yeah, I wore mine last night when I woke up. Just start your rotations, yogis. Well, with energy prices going up, we'll all be wearing our socks. Yeah, honestly, if my children aren't there, I don't put the heating on. I got quite cold yesterday, but I thought, no, I'm not going to put it on. I'll just put it on there. Don't need it on in the day. I'll move around. Because you think, goodness.
We grew up without it, didn't we?
I know, yeah. I mean, at night I won't be cold, and I'm comfortable, but in the day, if I can, I'm looking around.
Yeah, but when you're off the road, you can't be moving about all day.
I know, that's what my mum says. My mum's got this little gizmo, because I popped up to Norwich to see her for a few days. Make sure you do that in both directions, Yogis and Emily's. And you might have one at home as well. It's a little screen that says how much electricity and gas you use.
Oh, yeah,
They're great, aren't they? Yeah.
That's a smart meter, isn't it?
Yeah.
They keep sending me things to get a smart meter.
Yeah, yeah. A good way to sort of utilise and see how much you're using.
I lived in London and we used to have ice inside.
Takes a lot of it.
Yeah.
I suspect. Raise your feet, yogis. Just flex one forward and one back. My friend who lives in Germany says when you even rent a house in a flat, all of the windows are triple glazed, and that's standard. That's just standard in Europe. Feel sometimes you drive from your own house and think, where's that coming from? It might even mean you've got double glazing, but triple glazing is standard in most Europe. Yeah. Okay, so what about side to side now? Yogis, a little stretch into the side. Wipe the blades. Now again, make sure your knees don't hurt with that, but just that stretch sort of in an charted territory really. We don't work the sides, do we? Okay, and then I want you to bring the feet together and point them all the way down. Come back. And do 3 more. Breathing in as we point down. Breathing out. Now when you've raised your legs like this, believe it or not, you're activating your thigh muscles and you're working the abdominals as well. A little bit of work into the back. So again, just make sure there's no pain. If there is, please. We'll keep the feet together, they can be low, and then just see if you can make some big circles. Keeping the ankles as close together as you can. Go slowly. That's it. And a few in the opposite direction. As accurate circles as you can. They can be low and lazy, but as circular as you can. That's comfortable. Maybe work into the foot today. And then release and face down. Okay. We'll move straight into the knee joint and the hip. Have you all done an exercise class? Some of you I know haven't beforehand. So you should be warm and energized, but different exercises to complement what you've done. So do sit back. I'm going to give you an easy version and then move into something a bit stronger if you wish to. And all it is breathing in, raising the right foot, flex those toes towards you, push the heel away. All I want you to do is aim to have the legs in the same line as your hip if you can. And release. And 6 of that. Breathing in, keep flexing the foot. Notice the stretch in the knee and maybe the calf, and breathe. And 4 more. Inhale. That's it. Breathing in, flex the toes towards you. Breathe. Inhale. Anybody lost any fences at all with that?
Lost a tree.
Did you lose a tree?
It's a tree. I was born on a tree.
Oh, I've lost all. Oh,
My next door neighbour's fence to do it.
but nobody was hurt.
You said you wanted to get rid of it, Stephanie.
Oh, did you? Did you get walnuts off it?
Well, actually, the last few years, no, it hadn't. It was a bit sad.
Do switch sides, yogis.
Yeah.
Opposite leg now. I'm still ashamed to see it go, isn't it? Yeah.
The children's climbing tree.
Yeah. Yes, I lost the fence. Oh, it was just a mess. I haven't even bothered going out there because every time I go out there and try and put things back, it topples over today.
Yeah.
So I'm just.
I've ended up with somebody else's shed to sell off of it.
Oh, that's nice. Someone has ended up with a caravan. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
They woke up and said, "That wasn't there yesterday."
That was on phone, that was a joke, wasn't it?
Was it? I thought it
I
was
think it was
real.
a joke saying, oh, that caravan wasn't there yesterday.
Maybe it wasn't. One more yogis, and we switch sides and then release. Good. Yeah, I think we've all suffered a bit, haven't we? Do come forward, yogis, and now the more, that's it, a little bit of space between you and the low back. We're going to interlace, this is the slightly stronger version, and this works our back. Interlace underneath the right thigh, and we'll bring our nose to our knee. We create a dome-like shape in our spine, and then as we exhale, we straighten the leg and we're holding on to it looking forward. So there's a lot more back work with this. 4 of those if you can. Breathing in, breathing out, strengthening the joint. Good. Inhale, nose to knee, create the dome-like shape in your spine. And exhale the forwards. Do 1 or 2 more if you can. These are all excellent ways to strengthen the knee joint and work the leg. Right, Nancy?
Yeah.
Good. And then release and switch sides. So between sort of 4 and 6 on each side if you can. So nose to knee. And don't worry, it's not about, oh, I've got to even straighten, get my nose to my knee. Not at all. Just as far as you can. As you straighten the leg, keep it again about hip height, not too high. Doesn't matter whether you do 1 or 2 or up to 6. Just do what you can. Yogis at home, again, we're inhaling nose to knee. Exhale and straight. Breathing in. Anybody find one side easier again? Yeah. Okay. Very honest, Jenny. Everything that we do can be challenging as well. Yeah. So just be mindful if this is the sort of tricky side and stop when you need to. Straight into the hips, yogis, I'd like us to be. In fact, no, I want us to do a hamstring stretch firstly. So just take your right foot forwards for me. And again, make sure that the left foot is either on the block or the floor. Okay. And just push the right foot into the floor. And again, flex those toes towards you. So with this leg and this foot we're working, right foot, always switched on ideally. We're going to rest the hands on the opposite palm. And remember, yogis, we action this movement from our hips. So looks like you're hanging in the air a bit. So I think that's better.
Thank you.
Okay.
I need an
Yeah,
extension.
you do need an extension. There you go. So we're going to fold forwards from our hip joints. Let's go. Let's take a breath in. And just again, folding gently from the hips. Exhale, fold over that arm. Now, many of us might find that's absolutely enough. We don't want to go any further. But if you feel you can, for the next 3 breaths, each time you exhale, you encourage your hips to come in. And you breathe in and lift the chest. And you exhale and fold forward. So what you're doing is increasing the stretch in the hamstring. Doesn't matter how far you go, where you are now may be absolutely fine. And I'd like you to take 2 more deep breaths because hamstrings are often really tight in many of us. It's worth hanging out there a little bit longer. A little further if you can, but don't feel you have to. Let's inhale together. Come up slowly. Really safe way to keep your hamstrings long and strong. I think I probably said it before that there's this sort of concept that, oh, you've got to have really sort of long hamstrings. They'll only get longer if they're stronger. So this makes them strong and long. Let's switch sides then. So we push the left heel into the floor, flex the toes of the left foot towards you. Doesn't matter if the leg's not straight. Rest our hand on the right. Breath in. Start again to hinge forward from our hips. Take a breath there, gaze towards the floor. And then for the next 4 deep breaths, you decide how far you want to go. Who in the room, just out of interest, is finding this side tighter? Okay, me too. Who in the room is finding this side slightly easier? And I was about to say, yeah, who finds it about the same? I feel this. Relax those shoulders, yogis. Please make sure you're breathing evenly into the body. And let's aim for 1 or 2 more deep breaths. Remember, you don't have to go any further. Give yourself permission to come up at any time and release. So when we're ready, let's breathe in, come up if you've not done so already. Exhale, release. Good. Now that can work a little bit. It's going to be quite deep on the back as well. So complement that, let's do some cat cows. We've not even touched the upper body yet, but we'll get there. So separate your feet, yogis. Just scoot forward a little bit. Nancy, just make sure your sitting bones are on the seat, not going to tip up. So sort of find a halfway house, but do make sure that there's definitely leave those sit bones on the floor, because on the chair, these are a little bit like these chairs. And we've got our feet hip width apart, like the old waist. Let's do our circles. These are waist rolls. So if you think you're doing this, look in the mirror. This is from the hips, yogis. It's through the boot tie. Slow it right down. Let's see. Talked about hula hoops, haven't we? Didn't we? Now they've gone out of fashion, but sometimes you kind of just see them in those sort of seaside shops or in pound shops, and you think, I don't really see many kids using them anymore.
I think that church great, that one that goes on with the music, you know, with the, you've seen that?
It's an advert, isn't it?
Oh, is it an advert? Mr. Motivator used to use one.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Now try going in the opposite direction. If it helps, imagine or visualize, and eyes can be open or closed, as if you're stirring a pot. Somebody talked about making stew earlier. Who was that? There we go. Maureen, stir that stew. Are you all right? Have you voted with that?
No.
No, you're okay. You're going very tentatively. Did the stew turn out good?
Yeah.
Good. What sort of stew was it? 'Cause I'm always
It's
interested.
just very standard, so it's caramel.
Oh, so veggie.
No, and beef.
Beef, lovely. Just put your knee on a day like today. Cold, very burning, isn't it? Come to stillness, yogi. Brilliant. Okay, so waist rolls. Just reminds us we've got a waist and that this area, the low back, is good to start moving. So now I'm going to do cat cows. Now I want you to stay where you are. All I'm going to do, yogis at home, is profile myself to the side so you can see the movement in the back. So take a moment. I'm the only one moving. Here we are, just staying as we are. But so you can see the movement. There's plenty of space between me and the back of my chair. Feet hip width apart, hands resting on the thighs. So it's the cat-cow movement in yoga, but seated. Here we go. Breathe in, look up, and I lift my sternum all the way up here to the throat, so it's a nice opening. Hands always stay on the thighs on these. Now, as I exhale, chin comes in towards the throat, the arms go straight. Can you see I make that curve like donut shape in the spine? So I'm stretching the back of the body, breathe in, elbows come close to the side ribs, and I lift the chin and chest, and there's that lovely stretch in the front. I want us to do about 2 minutes of these, because if your back's a little tender today, or you've just not warmed it up, this is a wonderful way to just start to energize and warm the spine. Start when you're ready, ladies. So we breathe in as we lift the chin, looking up, open the heart center. As we exhale, the arms straight, chin to chest, and I make this dome-like shape with my spine. Just start when you're ready. One round is a breath in and a breath out. That constitutes as one round. And we're going to do it between 8 and 10 slowly, which is a lovely way to warm and energize the spine. If you get any discomfort, you're going to stop. But if you can, just keep going. Inhale as you raise. Exhale, chin to chest, arms. Just keep going in your own time, if comfortable. I stress if it's comfortable. If it doesn't, do stop. And I'd like you, if possible, to do the last 2 or 3 with your eyes closed, so that you really have to step into your spine. Feel your way into the pose. Notice if one way feels easier to maneuver into the other. And if your spine starts to hurt, you're going to just simply stop. Let's do 1 or 2 more for me in your own time, yogis. With the hands on the thighs, just moving our spines. 1 more, yogis, if you can. And come to stillness. Very nice, good. It's a really good way to warm the spine up without hurting yourself and to get up and down. Now, I think the last pose I'd like to do with the lower half of the body, but it integrates the mid to low back as well, is a twist. So, from where you are. And again, I'm just going to turn myself sideways so people at home can see this as well. We'll take our right hand to the outside of our left knee. And that means that our left hand, if we sit back a little bit now, can just be taken to the back of our chair ideally. You see I've got the left arm flat on the back of the chair. Do sit back if you need to, make sure your feet are on your block or the floor. Okay, it's important the feet are anchored down. And then just start to look somewhere over that left shoulder. Relax the shoulders. We're going to take 4 deep breaths here. And keep the spine nice and tall. That's lovely. One more deep breath in and out. Lovely. We're going to inhale. And as we exhale, we return back to the center. Good. And all we need to do is switch sides. So from where you are, you're going to take the left hand now. Just rest it on either the right knee or the outside of the knee. And as best you can, I'll just show you from behind you, this is my chair. Probably got lots of chairs at home. If you find taking the hands forward is too much, then just hold on here. As long as this shoulder is nice and open, or as open as it can be, and return to look towards that right shoulder. Sit back in the chair, make sure your spine is protected or supported at least by the back of the chair. Who's finding this side any easier? Yes, this side's easier. Thank you. Okay. Anybody finding it more challenging? And who would say it feels about the same? About the same. Okay, so just getting you to notice that one pose will feel completely different. Let's aim for 3 slow breaths, yogis. And again, as we exhale, see if we can twist a little further, but do take care. Don't strain. This is like wringing out all the tension in your spine, like getting a wet dishcloth, ladies, and simply wringing out all the tension that we may hold in our spines. Take another deep breath in and out when you're ready. And then as we all inhale together, we use the exhale to return back to the front. Fabulous. And then just roll the shoulders back. We're going to go straight into the upper body. Rolling forwards. Good. So lower half has had a lovely stretch. Just notice does the lower half feel a bit warmer? What we didn't do a lot of hip work. So when we come to standing, we'll do some hip work. Okay, but we'll come back. We'll just move into the upper body because it's already we've got half an hour. So let's take the arms to shoulder height. Arms are facing down. And I ask you to make a loose fist, the thumb inside, the 4 fingers wrap around. Breathe in, keep the arms just at shoulder height if you can, no higher. Exhale and open. And I certainly sprained my fingers in the past by going too wide, so just go gently. And 6 more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Inhale. Do 2 or 3 more if you can. Feel free to just release and rest the arms if you need to at any point, of course. Good. So just improving the dexterity. Stretching gently into the fingers, the anti-rheumatic group exercises now. 1 more. Now relax the hands and literally just shake out from the wrists. Believe it or not, this is extremely good for the wrists. Open and close the fingers. The piano. Use all of the fingers as you do. It's like pianists have such beautiful hands and surgeons, you know. We just have gorgeous hands, especially working all day. And then I thought we'd do a little bit of work in the wrist, slightly different today. We're going to interlace the fingers if we can. 1 or 2 will do fine. We're going to turn the palms away from us, and then we're going to drop the head a little bit, looking towards our lap. We just hold that for 1, maybe 2 deep breaths. If you can keep the arms at shoulder height, that's great, but no higher. And this is a wonderful stretch for the wrist joint
all of the finger joints. And of course, bringing the chin to the chest means the back of the neck gets a stretch. Arms and shoulders make the others as first. Take another breath in and out if you can. Send the arms away, release them, shake them, open and close those fingers. Good. Okay, we're going to turn the left palm forwards and just take the fingers gently and press and push the opposite hand into them. So you're pushing them slightly back through your wrist joint. Yeah. And just hold that for a breath in. Other way, Nancy. Turn the hand the other way. That's it.
It's a bit easy.
Yeah. Well done. And then if you can get hold of just the thumb very gently, pull that back. So another very gentle way, just the thumb now. Yeah, and underneath, holding onto the thumb. And then once more, just the fingers again, and go mad. Very gentle. And release. Switch sides. One side can often feel quite different. So flat palm facing forwards. The fingers of the opposite hand just literally on the fingertips almost. Nothing too strong. But so that you can feel the opening. Good. Anybody notice one side feels tighter? So we go gently if it's the tight side, and then we go under the actual hand, and we just encourage the thumb to come out. No yanking at home, yogis. Can't see you, but just be gentle. You've got one thumb. Two. And then again, just once more. And that's what I'm doing every day. You use your hands for everything, absolutely everything. So why wouldn't you stretch them? You know how easy it is to forget this exercise. Open close the fingers. Anything where you can improve that movement. Good. Well, a good indication of how the sort of wrist feel after that is to do simply stretching forwards now. Fingers facing up. Does that feel a little easier? More open. Out to the side, as if you were pushing two great big pillars apart. Samson type. Forwards. Wasn't it Samson? I would have had a little hair and topple down the and square. And out to the side. Only because we always have golden flowing locks most of them. And back. And once more out. Breathing. Good. Breathing and out to the side. You're going to hold that and wash those windows. Not today, because you know if you do, the rain will come again. Always does when I wash the windows. Small little circles in one direction, working the arms now, but the other joints and shoulder, and in the opposite direction. Don't forget to breathe. Nice deep breathing breaths. And release down. And roll those shoulders back. You may notice they have sort of taken a lot of the load there and roll them forwards. Notice if your fingers feel warm. Yeah. One more for the wrists, I think. Let's make those two loose fists again. Whole arm really benefits here. Two loose fists, one in one direction. Oh, you can have a go. Maybe not today, but just have a go, yogis. We're moving. Yeah, that's all it's about, having a go. One in one direction, the other in the opposite direction. But this is maths, or should I say brain gym, for the wrist and brain. And then just pause if it's easier. And I would recommend begin one first, the opposite one, the opposite direction. See if the other one will go, but start slow. That's often the key. Make sure you breathe. Another way to energize. No, you can't think too much about it. I find some mornings it's there and others it isn't. That's the way it goes. And release. Close those fingers. You noticing it? Shoulders. Yeah, yeah. Let's roll them back several times. Roll them forwards. Good. Okay, they're probably warm enough now to grab our weights. If you've got heavy weights, you might just want to grab one. If you like to grab a drink, do. Yeah, I'll do the same. Grab some water, yogis.
something, and then I can hear what's on it for them.
Okay, now remember, people at home as well, if you haven't got weights, 2 cans of equal measure. 2 cans, about 400 grams, the average can is, so just check the back of them. Or you can use your own weights, or you can simply make 2 loose fists and do all of the exercises. You'll still benefit, but without the weights. Okay, so entirely up to you this morning, yogis. You've done well. Okay, yeah, we're working quite intensely. It may not feel a lot, yogis, but what we're doing is slow, and we're doing like a couple of minutes for each pose. So we are working quite deeply. Now we're going to do a little bit of bicep work, and then out to the side. These weigh a ton, they're twice as much as you, so I may put them down in a moment. So just sit tall, yogis. Use, I can see a couple of slumped bodies there, so sit tall. The main thing is you're using the back of the chair as another spine, so it's going to support you. Nancy, are you okay? Do you want to sit back?
No,
Okay, okay. Just make sure you feel comfortable, yogis. Well, let's go. We'll breathe in, just simply a bicep count. Keep those elbows close to the body, breathing out. It's not about a quantity, it's about quality. So just 10 of those, breathing in, like the rest of just 10. Breathing out. Inhale. Exhale. So strengthening the body, using the breath skillfully with each movement so we don't run out of breath. Keep the elbows close and rest the weights just gently on the thighs each time. Look forwards rather than up and keep that spine tall. Just look forwards, Nancy, rather than up. Looking forward so that your neck's not impinged. 1 or 2 more yogis if you can. Stop if you need to. Let's do 1 more as a group after this if we can. Last one. Breathing in, good. Breathing out. And of course, we've got the support of the chair. Take a resting breath in and out. Remind ourselves to breathe. And we'll alternate now. Go a little faster if you can. Breathing in, breathing out. Alternate. We'll do this for 1 minute, starting from now. Stop if you need to. So that can use some breathing. That's all good. Good. Exhale. Left. And I may just do half a minute. I think a minute would be a lot. So if we're doing half a minute, we've got 10 more seconds. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Well done. Take a resting breath. You can always put them down, don't worry.
it's all right. I'm going to pass it.
Well done. If they do get heavy though, too, because you've got half.
They are
more.
slightly heavy.
They are, aren't they? Yes. Well, this time we're going to go out to the side. Please take care. Stop if you need to. Again, sit. Yeah, come forwards a little bit and keep your feet on the floor. We're going to inhale, go out to the side. Exhale, we come back to the breastbone and we bring them in. We're going to do 10. Breathing in nice and slowly. Yes, do stagger yourselves, yogis. Breathing in. Exhale. Beautiful. Breathing in. Breathing out. Up to 5 more if you can. Stop if you need to. Inhale. Exhale. Breathing in. Now, as you look forward, pull the tummy muscles in. That engages the core and strengthens the spine, particularly the low back. 1 or 2 more. Inhale, good. Exhale, 2 more. Breathing in. Breathing out. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Piece of cake. Put your weights down for me. Shake it out, roll the shoulders back. Yeah, I don't want you to get too jelly-like yet. But what we're going to do, we're going to have a go at this, okay? See how we go. Is we're going to turn to one side, hip time. Do you remember I said we haven't worked our hips? We're going to have 1 foot in front, and all we do is tuck the toe under the opposite foot, which should still be on the mat, so that that knee comes down. So you're opening into your hip and your quadricep, your thigh. You feel that a little bit? So you want to make sure you can hold on to the back of the chair with one hand, or just turn yourself round. Entirely up to you. But just turn to one side, One foot on the floor, one knee bent, tuck the toe under for stability. Grab one weight, yogis. Manage to grab that weight, Nancy? That's a workout in itself, isn't it? Yeah, well done. And we're going to inhale and bring it just forwards. Can you see yogis no higher than the shoulder? Exhale and down. We want to look forwards, hold on to the back of the chair for support, keep the spine tall. And we do 6. Inhale, that's it, good. Exhale. Looking ahead, breathing in as you raise, breathing out. You want to bend the outside knee, Jenny? Just copy me. I'll have you. Or maybe just keep your foot on the floor and do the arm movements if it's easier. Yeah. That's it, yogis. And working the whole arm up while you've got your hips open. You're working the bent knee and your quadricep muscles, your thigh muscles. Do one more for me, yogis, slowly. Breathing in as you raise. Breathe out and lower. Good. Now we go out to the side. I'll do the first one. Inhale out to the side, just shoulder height. Exhale, bring it in. 5 more. Looking forwards, hold on to the back of that chair. If you're not sure you're sitting tall, just take a moment to lengthen the spine. And by looking forwards, that activates that height in the spine. Good. 3 more slowly if you can. Stop if you need to. Lovely. Let's do one more together as a group after this. Carefully just raise into the shoulder height. Exhale low. Now place that on the floor. Put your weight on the floor for me. Take your outside hand to your outside hip. And just turn to look somewhere over that shoulder. We go back into a twist. Looking behind you, as if someone were calling your name, you're just gently turning. Hold for 3 breaths. This is a nice little way again, just to get a twist into the pose. If you want to work a little harder, take the hand away from the hip, unfurl the arm, keep it at shoulder height, and just twist a little more, so as if you're trying to look towards that thumb behind you. Turning the other way, lady in the grey stripy top. So you're like, oh, Di, sorry, Di, that's it behind you. That's it. But looking over this shoulder so you get the opening. That's it. You make it too hard for yourself. And then finally, take that arm and wrap it around the back of the waist and look over the shoulder again. And that's a nice way just to open into the shoulder. You're opening your hips, you're working your front thigh, and you're enabling a twist. And then very gently come back to the center. Now we're going to do the other side, yogis. So take your weight so that when you turn to the other side, it's easily accessible. So bend knee, outside knee comes towards the floor. Tuck the toes under so that you can bring the knee down of the outside foot. Can you take the, you need to take the leg to the outside. Like this. So you're inside, bring it outside. So you're like this and that's it. Tuck the toe under. And you're straddling the chair, which is a little bit tricky, I know. Get comfy, look ahead. So, everyone okay? We do what we can. Bit of cramp, yes. Okay. First of all, let's grab the weight carefully off the floor. We're going to go forwards. Pearl, do you want some help? Can you reach? It's a workout in itself, isn't it? And stretch to the floor. So we go forwards first, yogis, just to shoulder height. Do hold on to the back of the chair so it helps to support you. And do 6 of those slowly. So you're just going to lay them. Okay. So you're going to do all the exercises just with your arm, okay? Keep going, yogis. Who finds this side any trickier in the room? Some of you make it look very easy. Again, we're using strong muscles. I want you to pull the tummy muscles in as you breathe. Engage your core. 1 or 2 more, just feeling comfortable, and then pause, relax. Now we go out to the side. Inhale, take the arm out to the side, just at shoulder height as you look forwards. Exhale, release, and 4 or 5 more. Okay. If you think you're sitting back a little bit, just pull the tummy muscles in, that's it, keep the spine tall, no higher than the shoulder yogis. 2 more if you can comfortably, breathing in as we raise, breathing out as we let, good. 1 more if you can. Excellent, let's carefully put the weight down, give our arm a rest. Pop it to the floor if you can. And we'll go for our twist. So we take outside hand, outside hip, and we twist from the waist and we look somewhere over that shoulder. We're looking over the bent elbow shoulder, okay? The opposite way, ladies. And step. And we just take several breaths. And then if we can, we unfold the arm, keep it at shoulder height, stick the thumb towards the ceiling and gaze towards it. Again, just making sure you're not twisting or turning too far. Somewhere behind you towards that thumb. And then if you can, wrapping the arm around the back of the waist, and twisting a little further, just looking over that outside shoulder. Another breath in. Good. And breath out. Hold another breath if you can. Good. Exhale, return back. Lovely work. Okay. Oh, come back, yogis. Roll the shoulders. Yes, very good for the front of the thighs, what we call the quadriceps, the quattro. 4 big muscles in our thighs that, unless lots of you do hiking or cycling, are on holiday a lot of the time. Okay, we may use our weights again, so have them by your side. It's where you can grab them easily in a minute. Let's just come back, that's a lovely stretch. So that worked our hips a little bit, but I would like us, before we finish, to do a little bit of marching on the spot, but I want us now to work the sides. So can I ask you to come forward and about the width of your mat, turn your toes out and your heels in. So you instantly work these 2 groins, inner thigh, all the way down to the inner ankle. Let's face it, this area is hidden. It's not where, an area that we often stretch, so it can feel tight, so it's important to stretch it gently. And we'll use a weight in a minute, but first of all, just a little back stretch. I want you to bring your right shoulder to your left knee so that you're looking down. Keep the back of the neck long. Take a deep breath in and out there. It's a lovely stretch for your spine as well. And your next inhale, come back to the center. And now it's left shoulder to right knee. The opposite shoulder to the opposite knee. We look down. But we aim to keep the back of the neck long. In. And we breathe out. And come back up. And we're going to repeat that 3 more times on each side. So it's so nice for our back. So right shoulder to left knee. Now as you look down towards the floor, just remind yourself to keep the back of the neck long. And do enjoy a deep breath in and out. And we come up again. Left shoulder to right knee. So not too far, but far enough so the back of the neck feels the stretch. Coming up again, once more on each side if you can. Really don't mind how far you come, as long as you're comfortable and you're not straining. Up and once more to the other side. The last one. And good work, yogis. We're going to stay in this position for our stretch. But we're going to work the chest. So we're going to turn the left palm outwards, keep it in line with the breastbone, the right palm in. And we grip the fingers. Can you see we grip the fingers together here in the same line as the chest? So Maureen, come forwards with your arms. That's it. So just grip the fingertips. Now take a breath in, feeling tall, and imagine pulling them apart. I want you to pull them apart. But keep them together. That's it. Work the chest muscles. Exhale, relax. And we try that 3 times. We take a deep breath in. Pull them apart. Hold the breath for a few seconds. Work the chest muscles and arms, but don't stretch. Exhale. And 1 more if that's comfortable. Breathe in. Good work. Well done. And now bring the palms together, same applies, we exert the pressure, elbows wide, this is the goddess pose, but come up onto the ball of the foot. Let's work the Achilles, good old Achilles. You're going to breathe in, press the palms together, look forwards, press the palms, hold, relax. Three of those, breathing in, come up onto the balls of the feet, press the palms together, hold the breath for a few seconds. Relax, do one more if you can, breathing in, press the palms together. It's good, lovely goddesses. Release, shake out the arms. If you need to go, it's fine. Or when you're ready. Okay, so we're going to do a little bit of a side stretch with one weight. Grab just one. Keep the toes out and the heels in if you can. Stay wide. Left palm's going to rest on the left thigh, palm uppermost. We're going to inhale. And we're just very gently take that weight up and over into the side bend. And we hold that, the breath in carefully. And breath out. Release. Do three of those. In. So we remind our bodies we're coming sideways, yogis. Not too much, but again, enough to feel the stretch in side ribs. And release. Good. And again, breathe in. Little side bend as far as we comfortably can. Let's do one more on this side. Now slowly, again, don't overbend, but remind your body it's coming side. Good. Nice. Take that weight into the left hand, right palm resting. Here we go. Breathing into the left. Ooh, a bit stronger. Yeah, so don't overdo it. Exhale. And three more of those slowly. We want to keep reminding our body it's not coming forwards or back, gently coming into a side. We want two more if you can. Breathe in. Look ahead if you can. Breathing out, lovely. One more if you can, just strengthening the spine but strong. So again, we do it carefully and slowly. Good work, ladies. Now, release down. Bring zigzag the feet in, shake it out. Good work, okay. So I think we could probably do a little bit of marching and maybe, just maybe, time for our sun salutation sitting in the chair, not facing. So we're going to get to standing today. Okay, so this will start to march. Sit back, yogis, make sure you're comfortable. Do you want to be back on the rock morning?
Yeah, I'm all right.
You're all right, okay. So just get a steady march going. You don't have to add the arms if you don't want to, yogis. If you wish to, you make two loose fists again. And we start to march on the spot. We're going to go for a minute from now. That's it. Everything's been oiled. Everything's been greased. Got this lovely juicy joints now, working a little bit more effectively. So just notice if that feels a little easier to march. You can do this at home and march all the way back to one. You could almost just have some nice music on. Yeah.
No, Steph, no.
Thanks very much. See you next week. Bye-bye. Take care. That's it, Yogi. So it's almost a minute. Don't forget to breathe. Always helps. That's it. So we've got about 10 seconds to go. Feel free to slow it down or speed it up if you wish to. Marching on the spot, ladies. I hope you at home are doing it as well, and maybe stopping up and but join in if you can. 5 more seconds.
It's a long 10 seconds.
So actually, you've done nearly a minute and a half. So start to slow it down. And come to stillness. Brilliant, well done. Well, let's finish. We've got a couple of minutes, at least 5 minutes just to do the whole sequence of sitting sun salutation in the chair. Because the body's at just a lovely sort of pace now. And I think we can do this at least once or twice. And it's just that series of movements. And I want you to notice just how your body feels physically. Does it feel more open? Do you feel more energized? Are the movements just easier? Let's find out. So we bring the palms together, feet together. It's a moment just to check in with our breathing, isn't it? Have eyes open or closed, but just, okay, give yourself a moment just to connect back with that breath. And here we go. We're going to inhale, raise the arms as if we could gather the sun. And we swan dive down slowly and rest our hands just below our knees on what we call our shins. We're looking down with a long spine. And we're simply taking a breath in. That's it. And a breath out. And then we fold all the way down as far as we can. Still looking down so we get that lovely lengthening quality in the back of the neck. Back surface of the body getting an opening. And then we're going to come up slowly and separate the feet. Interlace underneath the right thigh if you can. And again, bring your nose to your knee and make that dome-like shape again. As we exhale, we look up and we squeeze our shoulder blades together. Look towards the ceiling, get a little opening in the front body. And we release and fold all the way down again. We come up on the inhale and switch sides, interlace underneath the left knee. Bring the nose to the knee. Exhale, look forward, squeeze the shoulder blades together, look up. And release. And finally go all the way down, breathing in. Take a breath out and relax. When you're ready, inhale, engage the tummy muscles, raise the arms, gather your energies, and exhale back. Let's do one more to finish. Take a breath in and out. Inhale and out. Exhale, folding forwards. And again, just rest those hands if you can below the knees, look down. Just enjoy the lengthening quality from the crown of the head down to the tailbone, from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Come up slowly, interlace underneath the right knee, nose to knee. Exhale, look forwards. Even look up if you can. Squeeze the shoulder blades, get that little lift. And release. Inhale, fold all the way down. Exhale, just hang out here for a moment. Inhale, come up. Interlace underneath the left thigh, sorry. Nose to knee again. Exhale, look up or forward. Squeeze the shoulder blades together. That's it. Inhale to release. And again, fold down. Exhale, just hang out here. Relax the whole body as best you can. When you're ready, pull the tummy muscles in softly. Inhale, gather that energy. And exhale back into prayer. And just slowly keep the eyes closed if you wish to. Just allow yourself 1 or 2 breaths here. Notice any thoughts or any physical sensations, how we now feel compared to when we started. Just take a moment to wish your body well. Thank it for all it's enabled you to do today. And we'll finish with our start. So we're just going to release, open the eyes. We're going to take one leg and then the other off the floor, flex the toes towards you. One arm up, the other arm up. Have a little wave and stretch. Thank you, yogis. Thank you so much.